What's up, guys, and welcome back. Happy, a little bit stiff. Happy Saturday evening. So today we are going to talk about this idea. Tilt me down a little bit of eating for your body type because an article got sent to me by someone who follows me. So thank you very much. If you ever see something that you're not sure of, let me get center screen, and please don't be afraid to send it to me. I'm happy to make videos on stuff. But the article was basically in the Irish Sun. Well, that's not the Irish Sun. And it was basically saying that shape of you, I'm a dietitian. Here's the best diet for your body type. It's the key for weight loss. Okay. And we're going to break down exactly that article and why eating for your body type is the biggest pile of crap that you don't need to do. So first of all, body types in general came from this guy called William Sheldon. And you're going to want to hear this because it's hilarious. And he invented it back in the 1940s. Actually, it's not hilarious. It's really wrong. But just the shit they got away with back then was mad. And how he came up with these body types was there were like 2 colleges or universities, and every freshman had to submit a compulsory naked photo that William Sheldon then compiled and reviewed to come up with these 3 body types. Absolutely fucking bananas. Like I can't believe he got away with that. Like if you tried to do that, and they didn't change it till like the 60s or something. If you tried to do, like, if someone tried to do that now, they would be arrested, and rightfully so. So the body types were originally come up with because he thought certain body types had certain personality traits. So it was a psychology thing. And he connected like, okay, this body type has these personality traits or whatever. Now that's long since been debunked in the scientific community as regards to like psychology and personality things, traits. But they were never meant for exercise and training. But somehow it became a thing where people think that you should eat specific to a certain body type. And there are lots of problems with that idea because, first of all, if you look at where did that go? If you look at this photo based on this 3 body types, ectomorph, mesomorph, endomorph, like there is loads. Not everybody fits into those. There's loads of in between space. So what if you don't fit exactly into one of them? Then what do you do? The idea that they're trying to sell in this article, a dietitian, shame on her or him. I'm actually not her. It was a her. So the idea that she's trying to sell, and you see it online all the time as well, is that if you're an ectomorph, there's certain ways you should eat. You should eat a certain amount of meals per day. You should exercise and train a certain way specific to that body type. If you're a mesomorph, there's different rules. And if you're an endomorph, there's different rules, right? So you might think in theory, okay, well, that sounds right because people are different shapes and sizes and stuff like that. You'd be wrong, but understandable that you would think that. So the problem, like I just said, is first of all, not everyone fits into these. People are in between and on the outsides and stuff. So what do those people do? Do they just do nothing or do they just guess? The second issue is that body types can change. So like, what if someone is really, really skinny and wants to build muscle, and they put on a bit of muscle over the course of months or years, and then their body type changes? Should they abandon what has helped them get there and the type of eating and training that has helped them get there because now they're technically a different body shape? And likewise, on the reverse end, what if someone is carrying a lot of body fat? Now, this person pictured as an endomorph is not that big at all. But what if someone was carrying a large amount of body fat and then they lost a load of body fat or a load of weight? Now they're technically a different body type. So should they abandon the nutrition principles that help them get there and the type of exercise and training that help them get there and completely change their whole life and diet and exercise? No, of course they shouldn't. It doesn't, like, when you think about it like that, it doesn't make any sort of tiny bit of sense. So the principles of weight loss in theory are simple. So what I mean by that is, in order for someone to lose weight, like if I wanted to lose weight, I would need to consume less food than my body needs to maintain its current weight. That's it. Now, there's loads of obviously nuances and like other things like the quality of food and how often you eat and like making sure you still consume your favorite foods and all this other stuff that we're not going to go into. But in theory, that's it. You eat less food than your body needs to maintain its current weight, and you'll lose weight. That's it. That's the theory. Now, obviously, application is a lot more complicated and there's more to it. Where was I going with that? Completely lost my train of thought. Anyway, oh, that's where I was. So that's the theory. But how that looks in practicality shouldn't be based on your body type. That's just ridiculous. What it should be based on is, first of all, where you are in your health and fitness. If you're a beginner, if you don't have a lot of fitness at all, then it should start slow. If you have a very unhealthy lifestyle, obviously you're not going to go flip. Well, people do, but you shouldn't completely overhaul your whole life in one go. It should also be based on your life and what you have going on. So someone who has one child and someone who has 4 children are going to have different amounts of time and obligations and dropping kids places. Someone who's single will have different obligations. Someone who has a really hectic, stressful job where they work like 60 or 70 hours or 80 hours a week, they're going to have different commitments and things going on in their life than someone who works 38 hours a week. Nothing wrong with either one, but it should be based on your life and your schedule. So if you find out, okay, for my body type, I need to do this type of training, I need to eat 6 meals a day, and then you're someone who has 3 kids and also works and has so much stuff going on, you couldn't possibly fit 6 meals into your schedule, and it would make it insanely difficult to stick to. Why would you try and force yourself to do that? So the body type thing is just ridiculous. So it should be based on where you are now in your health and fitness. Your plan should be based on where you are now in your health and fitness. It should be based on your life and schedule and what you have going on and other commitments and stuff like that. Now, we're not going to go down the rabbit hole of the fact that you should be your first priority in life. Like, your health and fitness should be your first priority in life. It's not everyone's now, but everybody eventually gets to that stage. Well, not everybody, because some people don't, but hopefully everybody does. I hope that everybody does, because once you realize that the healthier and fitter you are, now I'm not talking like Ironman fit or like doing ridiculous endurance or fitness stuff. You can if you want to, but I just mean the healthier and fitter and happier you are, the better you can be for everything else in your life, whether it's work or family or friends or kids or whatever. So you should be the number one health and fitness priority, but it should be based on sidetrack again, typical. So it should be based on where you are now. It should be based on your life and your schedule, what you have going on, what commitments you have. It should be based on what you can stick to. So obviously someone who's coming from a very unhealthy lifestyle won't be able to stick to someone who, like, for example, doesn't have a whole lot to lose and has maybe a few more years of exercise and dieting and stuff in the bank. I guess they've more experience is what I'm trying to say. So they'll be able to stick to different amounts of things. Like, someone who's more experienced might be able to be a little bit more strict or try more advanced methods. Someone who's just starting out will obviously have to try more beginner stuff and stick to more basic habits until they gain that more experience. So that's something else to consider. And it should be based around, obviously, what you enjoy and what you feel you can stick to. Because if you're trying something and it's just miserable, you don't feel like you're going to stick to it, or you feel like you'll stick to it until you get to a certain event or until you get to a certain weight or a certain size, and then you can just go back to normal, then you're just setting yourself up for failure. Because for most people, your normal is the problem, not anything else. So that's what you should base your nutrition, your health and fitness around, not based around your body type. Just to sum up, based around where you are now, based around your life, your schedule, the commitments you have, and based around what you feel like you can stick to and be consistent with, and based around, make sure it's based around doing stuff you enjoy and eating the foods you enjoy and you love, because that's part of life. I hope that makes sense, and I hope that was helpful. If anyone has any questions, or you just want to say hi, just drop it in the comments. Or if you found this helpful, or you've tried the body type diet before, I'd love to hear it. Let me know. Otherwise, I will see you guys tomorrow, 8 p.m. I was going to do these earlier on the weekends, but I think I'll just keep it 8 p.m. every day, just to keep it simple. But I'm not committing to that. It's open to change for future. It just suits me this week. So cool. Have a great rest of your evening. Chill out, watch some TV, some Netflix, or whatever you're doing, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.